Let me say this in a way that actually makes sense because this is where people quietly lose confidence in themselves. You probably had days where you ate less and somehow feel worse, more tired, more hungry, more distracted, like we talked about last episode. And then there are other days where you ate more, felt calmer, more in control, and not thinking about food all day. That alone tells you something important. Calories are not just numbers, they're an experience inside your body. And that's the part that nobody actually explains. We all hear this phrase, calories in and out. And yes, at a basic level, that's true. Energy matters. But your body is not a calculator sitting there subtracting numbers the same way every day. It's adjusting constantly based on what you give and how consistent you are and how safe it feels. So, two people can eat the same number of calories and have completely different outcomes, not because one is broken, because their systems are different. And I always hear in clinic, a lot of my patients ask me, how many calories do I need? How do I know how many calories you need? I don't live your life, but I can give you guidelines, but you need to adjust accordingly based off your needs. One person might be underfueled, stressed, sleeping poorly, barely moving because they're exhausted. Their body has adapted, slowed down, and they're trying to conserve energy. Another person might be eating consistently, getting enough protein, moving more without forcing it, and sleeping better. Their body is running more efficiently. Same calories, completely different reality. That's the truth most people don't hear. Protein has about 4 calories per gram. So 100 grams of protein is only 400 calories. Carbohydrates also have about 4 calories per gram. Fat has about 9 calories per gram, which is why it's more energy dense. And alcohol has about 7 calories per gram, even though it doesn't really provide real nutrition. That's just basic structure. Those numbers tell you how much energy is in food. They do not tell you how your body will respond to that food. 500 calories from protein, fiber, or and whole foods will feel completely different than 500 calories from highly processed foods or sugar. One keeps you full, stable, and clear. The other may leave you hungry again, even though the number is exactly the same in terms of calories. So, right away, you see the gap between math and physiology. And this is where something even more important comes in, adjusting for your losses. That's what I stress the most. Your body's constantly losing energy and resources throughout the day through movement, through thinking, stress, digestion, through just being alive. And if what you're putting back in doesn't match what you're losing, your body starts compensating. Sometimes that shows up as hunger that feels stronger than expected. Sometimes it shows up as fatigue where you don't have the same drive. Sometimes it shows up as cravings that don't seem to match what you ate. And sometimes it just shows up as your body holding on to weight more tightly because it doesn't trust the pattern you've been giving it. That's why just chasing a calorie number without paying attention to how you feel can lead people into the wrong direction. Because your body is giving you feedback all day, but most people have been taught to ignore it. If you're constantly tired, that's feedback. If you're thinking about food all day, that's feedback. If your energy crashes in the afternoon, that's feedback. And if your evenings feel out of control, that's feedback. But instead of listening, people just override it with numbers and really, really strong willpower. But once again, there are signals that we need to listen to daily to adjust for our needs. And over time, if we keep repeating the same cycle, that disconnect will continue to build. Calories don't just affect your weight, they affect how your body mind behaves. So if you're under eating consistently, your body adapts. It lowers energy output, movement becomes less natural. Even small things like walking, standing, decrease without you realizing it. Your workouts feel harder. Your recovery gets worse. Your mind gets foggier. So you think you're doing the right thing, but your body is just quietly adjusting in the background. On the other side, when you eat in a way that supports your body, something shifts. Energy comes back, movement becomes easier. You don't have to force activity the same way. Your body starts using energy instead of conserving it. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your mood becomes more stable. You stop lashing out at your loved ones. Your appetite becomes more predictable. And that alone changes how your body handles calories. This is where social media creates a lot of confusion. You'll see one side saying calories don't matter at all. Then the other side is saying calories are the only thing that matters. Both miss the full picture. Calories matter, but your body's response matters just as much. And that response is shaped by quality, timing, consistency, sleep, stress, hydration, and your overall pattern. So instead of asking what number should I hit, a better question becomes what does my body need today based off what I've been doing? If you had a long day, a stressful day, your needs may be different. If you exercise, your needs may be different. If you slept poorly, your body may feel more reactive. If you've been under eating for days, your hunger signals are going to be much louder. That's not failure, that's your body adjusting. And once you start paying attention to that, something changes. You stop chasing perfection, you start building awareness, mindfulness. You stop forcing numbers, you start responding to your body. And this is where a lot of people have a quiet realization. They don't need to be strict as they thought, they just need consistency. They need meals that actually hold them, protein that keeps them full, carbs that support energy instead of spikes or crashes, fat that makes meals satisfying, fluids that can keep the system working, and enough overall intake that their body doesn't feel like it's constantly under threat. And when that foundation is in place, calories start falling into place naturally, not perfectly, but consistently enough. And consistency is what your body actually responds to. And I'm going to say this in every episode, the same simple truths, because it's really that simple. It's just about making those adjustments around your lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, your body is not trying to make this harder for you. It's trying to stay alive and stay stable. And once you start working with that instead of against it, things begin to feel different. Less forced, less chaotic, more steady. And from here, we're going to shift into something deeper in the next season. We're going to talk about what's really been driving all of these signals under the surface. We're talking about hormones, hunger signals, energy regulation, not in a complicated way, but in a simple way that actually makes sense. Because once you understand how your body is communicating with you, you stop guessing and you start listening. And if these episodes have made an impact and have resonated with you, I do have a book if you're a reader called Obesity, The War Within, helping you understand your body, your hunger, healing in a whole new way, which are a lot of aspects we'll also talk about in the upcoming seasons. I'll see you in the next episode.